Testing 1, 2, testing. Testing 1, 2, testing. Gotcha. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. So you all didn't hear anything I was saying. Sorry about that. We're back together now. So we're gonna kick this thing back off. As I was saying, Pasco Connect Magazine Community Talk will be live every Thursday from 7 p.m. The show usually runs about 2 hours, and we'll be discussing community events and local community topics. So I'm not going to do the countdown again because we already did that, but we are about to get started.
Show, youth with actively engaged parents are more likely to succeed academically, build stronger self esteem, and avoid risky behaviors. Right now, our young people are facing more pressures, distractions, and challenges than ever before, and parental leadership has never been more important. Hi, my name is Christopher Mahan, and that's why I'm honored to be the latest cover feature of Pasco Connect magazine. In this issue, we're diving into my book, Parental Leadership: 7 Principles to Lead Your Teen in the Digital Age. This is a real, practical, no excuses approach to parenting. I believe parenting should be approached like coaching, with vision, discipline, consistency, and accountability. Just like in sports, if you don't have a game plan, you can't expect to win. This book is about helping parents take the lead, build stronger relationships with their children, and create structure that produces confidence, character, and success.
Okay, we're back. Thank you so much for those who are joining into the live. I want to once again say that we will be here every Thursday. We may be on Facebook, we may be on YouTube. I don't know. We're gonna pop in. We're trying to see where we're gonna land. I went live on TikTok last week as well. I may pop in on Instagram because Pasco Connect is in all of those places. I'm excited, man. I've been making some great contacts, and we got some good things coming up here in July. We got some resources that we're going to spotlight for those who are in need around Pasco County. So you guys stay tuned. We got a really good show, man. I'm excited. I want to start, of course, by recapping, where Pasco Connect has been. So we're gonna get into that real quick. Hold on 1 second here. Y'all know I'm still learning this thing, but um here recently this past Saturday, um you can see here the video that's playing. I was out in Loop with the Pasco County Democratic Black Caucus. President is Alicia Guy. They hosted a Meet the Authors. And so I was able to go there and be one of the presenting authors and share about my books and share about writing. I think my video paused. I don't know. I think it was supposed to be a little longer than this. Let's see here. Yep. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I think I got a longer video in here. Man, this is a clip of us speaking about it last week. Let me show you guys this.
You can definitely drop by from 1 to 3. There is a $5 donation at the door. But once you leave your donation at the door, you'll be able to come in and hear from Michelle, hear from myself. And I know that's Miss Michelle. You see her in the red. You may not recognize that woman in black. That's me. Supposed to be. That's me. I don't know who that is on the flyer. That person won't be there. I will. Candace Smith will be there. I don't, not that person, but nevertheless, you guys come out.
Anyway, so that took place last Saturday. It was really good. Michelle Maynor was the other author that was there, and she will be here as a special guest coming on the show. She has two children's books that she discussed and we talked about. One is regarding Christmas, and one is regarding Easter. They're very cute, and I love the fact that her books teaches the young people something, teaches them something beyond Christmas, beyond gifts, and then as well with Easter, beyond, your Easter baskets. And it was really funny and really cute when she was talking about her books and just the lesson that comes with it. So I'm excited because we got a surprise coming. We're going to work together to promote her books. And she also has a weekly journal, and I'm going to get that journal. I'm going to get all books, all of her books and her journal. It's a weekly journal. We actually sat and chatted about it. She thought about doing a daily journal, but she ended up doing a weekly journal that gives you a little bit more time to reflect on some things. It was just really cute. And I was like, I definitely want to get that. I think one of the good points that she was making was, when we are going through things and we're trying to process things, you need time to do that. And you can't always do that in a day. Sometimes you run across these daily journals. It's like, wow, I haven't even got yesterday's message good. Yesterday's message haven't even marinated in me well enough. And we on to the next day. And so she wanted to give some time, and I thought that was really good. And she actually had me to just open up to a particular page and just a prompt, and I was like, wow, yeah, I definitely want to get this. It's a spiritual weekly journal that she has. Her name is Michelle Maynor. And so she'll be coming on the show in the upcoming weeks because we're going to do some things together, and she'll be our author spotlight. So I'm excited about that. I had a great time out there. It was a fundraiser. And so trying to figure out how I get back on the screen. Okay, there I am a little bit. But basically, it was a fundraiser for the Pasco County Democratic Black Caucus. And they provide a lot of great information and resources. What I ended up getting while I was there, and I still need to fill this out, but they made a special announcement about Medicaid coverage for low income adults. So the state shall provide Medicaid benefits to low income adults over the age of 18 and under age 65. And they were really making the difference between the Medicare and Medicaid and how this impacts those adults that don't qualify for Medicare. So you have to be 18 to 65 to qualify this. That particular organization gives a lot of good information. So they were basically handing out these petitions to have it put on the ballot. And so, if you would like more information on that, you can email pascoconnect@gmail.com if you would like to get more information. And if you would like the petition to sign, we could probably arrange some sort of way for you to get it or get more information about it. So, um, but I really enjoyed it, and it was, a fundraiser. So, we did have a little $5 you had to pay at the door to come in. It was some refreshments. It was at a nice clubhouse and everything like that. I wish I had my pictures up here, but let me see if I can find one or two at least really quick. Man, this is one we took afterwards. So that's Alicia and Miss Berry, Miss Celeste, Miss Barbara, and the woman in the back with the glasses. I believe it was her place that we got the clubhouse at, and so. But I enjoyed myself. I really did. I got to speak about my books, and I'll share some more information about that next. So yeah, we'll be talking with Miss Maynard eventually. So I'm excited about that. So that was Saturday. I think my next um, event that I attended was the Recovery Roundtable. Let me see here if I got that. The Recovery Roundtable happens once a month here in Pasco County. And basically, it's an opportunity for, let's see, yes, I do believe I have that pulled up here. Let's see, there we go. So they gathered together. This particular meeting took place at the seniors. It's not the citizen center. Maybe it is. It's the citizen center on Galen off of Ridge. So they meet there, and it was really packed. And so basically, this round table, you see, it was packed, but there was also chairs set up audience style behind this, and that was filled. And so all over Pasco, there was even some people from Pinellas and Hillsborough County that came in, and they're all servicing people that are living in Pasco County, going through recovery, through addictions, whatever the addiction is, and they're working within the recovery. So I did pull up because I was taking some notes while I was in there because I was really, really impressed with the way that they all work together. That was one of the biggest things that impressed me the most. I go and I attend a lot of meetings like this where you may have the domestic violence community where it's everybody that works in that community, they're aiding people that are dealing with that, and they kind of come together. You have like the homeless coalition, that's every agency that's aiding people dealing with homelessness coming together to see how they can work together. One thing I noticed that was very different with the recovery roundtable is literally you can come in there and say, well, you know what, I may be, I'm looking to, try to help the family members of people dealing in recovery. And I need a space or I need transportation. Everybody was really falling over themselves to try to offer some sort of assistance, offer some sort of help. It was really amazing to see that. Let me see what else they were talking about. Basically, there is an opioid task force that has been put together by the county, and so they're looking to see, they're reaching out to people working within the recovery to see what's the need, what is the need. And so people began to share what they felt like needs were, which was on the east side of Pasco, there's a lack of resources for people in recovery. And so that was something they decided to put their minds on, and they're going to address in the next meeting. Um, there's a lack of peer support after the treatment for continued support. So they brought that up. Mobile services and transportation services and housing was another thing, because a lot of times when you're dealing with an addiction, you may have to go into some sort of other housing or go into some sort of in care treatment, and you have to kind of like remove yourself from the environment that you're in that may be aiding the addiction. And so you're not working, your life is totally upside down. And some people dealing in addictions lose everything. They lose the trust of their family and who would have supported them. They lose their jobs. They eventually lose their housing. They may lose their transportation. Like sometimes by the time they get into recovery, they've hit rock bottom to where they don't have anything. And so a lot of times when they're coming in for some recovery help, the people that's trying to service them, they can't just focus on their just servicing their addiction. They have to begin to focus on other things. They have to address the homelessness, the lack of a job, the lack of transportation. If they've gotten in trouble with the law, but due to their addiction, and recovery services is a part of them getting things right with the law, then all of these other things have to be addressed. They may have to get a job quickly. They may have to have housing immediately in order to just comply. So it's so much that goes into this, into recovery. And these people sit around and focus on that. That's their main objective. And one agency that came in, I took note of them. They basically will board your animals. They'll board your dogs while you're going through recovery. And I'm like, wow, people really out here really trying to address the needs of people, because sometimes that is keeping someone from getting into recovery. They're like, well, what about my animals? I have to. And so now someone has stepped up. They're working with the Pasco Animal Services, I believe. They're working with them. They're providing them with like the veterinary services for the dogs that are being housed. So I thought, hey, Miss Diane, thank you for joining. Good evening. Thank you. And Miss Andrea. Lynette is my middle name, Miss Andrea. I don't know if she's still in here. I just saw that. Wow, that's my middle name, Miss Lynette. So, thank you, ladies, for joining in tonight. I'm just going over the events that I attended, and the latest one was the Recovery Roundtable. If you would like more information on their meeting or to be of any assistance to that community, you can email pascoconnect@gmail.com, and I will definitely give you more information on that. So we are going to be moving right along, moving right along. Um, I do want to share some things we're going to be discussing today. There's some upcoming events that I want to talk about. Y'all, I know y'all parents may be feeling like the summer just got here, but we are already discussing back to school, y'all. Already. It's already about that time. So, back to school wellness in Pasco. As families prepare for the new school year, the Florida Department of Health in Pasco County is offering important reminders and free services to help children start strong. The focus areas include healthy eating habits, daily physical activity, proper sleep routines, and through the Pasco County Health Department, um, you can look for services such as wellness checkups, health screenings, and birth certificates. Did my image not pop up? Let's see. Oh, I guess not. Sometimes these images don't work out. Let's see here. I'm gonna play this again and I'm gonna pause it on what I'm speaking about. 1 second, it'll be popping up. This back to school health and wellness. Motion on the Square is taking place tonight, y'all. I couldn't make it tonight. My car is down again. So I couldn't make it there, but this is it, the back to school health and wellness. So if you want more information, they have locations in Wesley Chapel, Day City, and Hudson. Over the summer, what they're trying to tell you is to get ahead of it with your child to make sure you have your wellness checks together. So if you don't and you need assistance with that, here is some locations that you can visit to get these services. So if you would like this, I can forward it to you. It's also on the Pasco Connect Facebook page. But if you need the information directly, you can email us and I'll definitely send that to you. Let's see what it's going to play next. July events for downtown Newport Richie. Save the date for Faith in Florida. We spoke about these things kind of last week. So let's talk about Marjorie's Hope Outfitters. I recently learned about them. This is a Pasco resource spotlight. And so if you need help preparing your child for the new school year, Marjorie's Hope Outfitters is providing free clothing, shoes, and hygiene items for eligible Pasco County students from pre-K through 12th grade. This is through its referral based shopping program. And the shopping dates are August 3rd through the 7th and August 10th through the 12th by appointment only. Each eligible student can receive 5 shirts, 5 pairs of pants or shorts, 5 pairs of socks, 5 pairs of underwear, 1 pair of shoes, hygiene items, accessories for girls. So this is going to be located at Wendell Crane Technical High School, room 127, and you must schedule an appointment. And I do have all of that information. This is a referral based program. Families may be referred by teachers, school administrators, social workers, clergy, school resource officers, guardians ad litem, and other social service providers. So basically, if you have an organization that you kind of work in the community providing resources, you can connect with Marjorie Hope Outfitters. That way, if someone walks in and they need these services, or you see where this service can help them, you can refer them. You can become the source that refers out. And I did think that we had an agency reach out for the information. I can't remember. I think we had maybe 2 comments on Facebook about this. And I made sure that they got the information because that's what we're here for. And yes, Andrea, I can send you the flyer. Y'all, I'm still trying to get used to reading comments. Please don't judge me too harshly. Please don't be mad at me. I'm gonna be checking these comments, I promise. So yes, I will, Andrea, I'll send the flyer out to you. So we are proud to share local resources. That's what we do, that strengthen our community. So if you would like more information, Um, email me at pascoconnect@gmail.com. I'll make sure you get that. I'm gonna make sure that no one's coming into the chat that I haven't seen. So now I did get another resource. They're gonna be coming on the show to next week, which is Grace Food Pantry. And so they're going to be coming on next week. I'll have a lot more information to share with you all. You know, last week, Joe Brown with Harm Reduction Anonymous came on. They offer a food pantry every Saturday that's like off of 52 and 19. So that's more so in the Hudson kind of like area, but I'm going to be having more of those resources to be able to give to you. So if you're somebody out there, you may know a family in need or know some people in need, or maybe yourself, email pascoconnect@gmail.com and we'll send you out a few places that you can hit up with probably that day to make sure you get some food. Like literally, I know some people that I can hit them up, you know, a few agencies if it's an emergency, and they'll go in the back and put something together for you to not be out here without food. So I'm excited to have them come on and share, you know, what they have going on. So we talked about the back to school wellness in Pasco, Marjorie's Hope Outfitters. So, Safe Sleep virtual education classes. This is free safe sleep classes for expectant parents and caregivers. So, are you pregnant or are you caring for a baby under 1 year old? The Healthy Start Coalition of Pasco County is offering free virtual safe sleep educational classes via Zoom. This is to help families learn how to create a safe sleep environment for infants. So, participants who complete the class will receive a pack and play, a sleep sack, and an educational tote bag. So they have classes in English and in Spanish. The classes are available throughout July, August, and September. They're encouraging parents, grandparents, babysitters, caregivers. You all are all encouraged to attend because it take a village. You may say, "Hey, bring that baby over here. I want to watch the baby." Well, if you want to watch the baby, you need to attend the safe sleep educational classes and any other classes that may be needed to help keep that baby safe. So, this is something that the Healthy Start Coalition of Pasco County is offering. If you would like information, I have this flyer in English and Spanish, and it's also posted to the Pasco Connect Magazine Facebook page. But if you would like additional information, once again, you can email pascoconnect@gmail.com. And my thing is, if you have an event, if you have a resource that you feel like the community can utilize, email me, please, because some stuff I don't always get an opportunity to share. But if someone is in need of it, I can call around. I can dig out that resource and say, yeah, you know what? I think this organization or this person can help you get your need met. So, yeah, that's that on that. Let me make sure that that's everything. Think it is that we have as far as upcoming events. I'm going to play this a little bit more so you all can continue to see that since September, Stronger Together, the Recovery Walk. I'm going to play it one more time. Yeah, and so Harm Reduction Anonymous, Joe Brown, he does usually come on and share, but also Thursdays is the night they have their recovery meeting, so he's not able to come in. But here's some upcoming things for July. So if you would like any information on these flyers, I can send them to you, and or put you in contact with the people that's working them. I do kind of share some events a little early so that vendors, if you're someone that vends like me, you want to know about these events early enough to plan so that you can attend. So, hey Regina, hey, how are you? Good evening. Thank you for joining. How was your trip? How did your event go? Regina was on, I think, our second show, and she was our author spotlight because she has submitted her poem into a previous Pasco Connect magazine issue, and so we discussed it, and then she began to do the spoken word right here on the show, and so that was a blessing. And then she was sharing about some upcoming events she had, and she was getting ready to travel out of town too. So, I pray everything went well. She said wonderful trip. Good. I'm glad everything worked out. So I do have a few more things to share. We may not be the full 2 hours because some people that were gonna come in, they did not. So we'll see. And I hear thundering. I don't know if it's gonna rain, but I do hear thundering out there. Sometimes it trick me. It doesn't actually rain. So let's see here. See where I put these particular. Um, Here we go. So just wanting to FYI let you all know, if you're keeping up with these things, Newport Richey City Council meeting. Here's the July dates. Um, July 7th, that next Tuesday, and they meet every first and third Tuesday, I think. So July 7th, 6 to 7, and then Tuesday, July 21st from 6 to 7. And if you're not able to get over there, you can always go on the City of Newport Richey's website, and under the City Council's tab, there's a meetings tab, and you can watch all of the meetings. Yep. You can go back if you missed it. You can go back if there was a particular topic that you were looking forward to them discussing and you weren't able to catch it. They have an archival, as well as Port Richey. I don't know what's going on with Port Richey. I saw that a public notice that their meetings are being canceled, and they're kind of posting them. You have to catch it on Facebook when they post it. But I just say, well, what's going on? That we can't get regular meeting dates. So I'm on it, y'all. I'm gonna come back with an answer to find out, what's going on here. So that's Newport Richie. And for those that have cities that they don't meet, or you're outside of the city limits, the incorporated city limits, and you fall under the county, the Pasco County Board of County Commissioners will be meeting this Tuesday morning, the next Tuesday morning, July 7th at 9 a.m. And if you wanted to attend, they'll be meeting in the Pasco County Utilities Building. That's at 19420 Central Boulevard. I think I got a little bit more information on that. So hold on one second. So the elected officials, senior leaders, to discuss the capital budget. That's what they're discussing. The Pasco County, the Pasco Board of County Commissioners, BCC, will hold a workshop Tuesday, July 7th, 2026, beginning at 9 a.m. in the Pasco County Utilities Building in Lando Lakes. So, elected officials and senior leaders from Pasco County government will discuss capital projects for the upcoming budget year. Okay, so community members are welcome to attend the workshop, but let me tell you, they letting you know there will be no public comment. They got they letting you know you can attend, you can listen, but we you don't think that you're gonna be able to remark on anything that we are saying. The meeting will be streamed online and broadcast live on Pasco Television. A recording of the workshop will be available on Pasco County's YouTube channel. To see the agenda when available, it'll be at mypasco /BCC agenda. And to learn more about that, you can go to mypasco.net and visit Pasco County government. I did think that was interesting though, that they was like, look, you can attend. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you watch it online. Go back to the YouTube channel if you miss it. But you're not coming in here. You're not gonna be able to talk. You're not gonna be able to express how you feel about the budget. So I don't know what that's gonna be like, but that's that. So and the Board of County Commissioners, they deal with the county and a lot of things. What I've learned, I've been in Pasco County for about 10 years now, and even in Port Richey, I'm not in the incorporated part. So a lot of the issues I would not contact the city of Port Richey. A lot of my issues would be handled with the county. So that's something sometimes people learn at the last minute because you don't know. You think okay, I live in this city, so I'm going to contact the city. And it's like, no, they let you know real quick. That's not my problem. You're the county's problem. So get on the phone with the county regarding your issue. So that's that on that. And speaking of the county, we've been covering a few things. I guess we're going to go ahead and jump into our Pasco County news. And so we've been covering a few things regarding some of the community speaking out. The community is finding a way to speak out, even if you're saying there can be no comment at these meetings. The community still finds a way to speak out. So let me see here. So this is one of the recent um, stories we've covered: growth or green space. This is a topic that we're hearing all over. Pasco 10 years ago, even when I first moved here, had so many green spaces, and slowly but surely we're seeing those spaces diminish. And then we're seeing more flooding. And so Pasco residents spoke out over the proposed employment center. And so a proposal to rezone approximately 110 acres of farmland near the Hernando Pasco County line has sparked strong reactions from residents. Supporters say the project could create jobs and new economic opportunities. Others worry about losing agricultural land, increasing traffic, and changing the character of the community. In the latest issue of Pasco Connect magazine, we took a closer look at what the developers are proposing, why residents are speaking out, what happens next in the new county review process, and how you can participate in future public hearings. And so basically, this was sort of like an informal meeting. This was not anything held officially by the county. It was more like some sort of listening session where they invited the people that are making these decisions in to hear what they had to say. And so they were gathered, and they were listening to this person propose this um, employment center. And even as he was talking, he was getting interrupted. The clips are out there on the news. There are clips, as you can see, there's a man in this picture. He was not trying to be funny, but he was pretty hilarious in what he was saying. He's like, we don't want it. We don't want that. And that was what everybody was saying. They don't want it, just like the data center. You know, Pasco residents spoke out. They said they don't want that. And they couldn't do anything but listen to them. So basically, what happened was when they were proposing that data center, Pasco County came out and was like, no, we don't want that. And they didn't exactly say, okay, well, it's going to go away. They basically put it, for like a 1 year extension for them to get more data, for them to get more information on how this would impact the community long term. Because, yes, there are data centers popping up. We don't know what the effects of that is going to be long term. And so, by them holding off on it, unfortunately, we will see the fallout from other counties and see what their results are. And then Pasco County can come back and say, well, look at what happened over here in this other state or this other county that allowed this. And I'm not going to hold you. Just because I don't speak about everything doesn't mean that I don't see it. But I have been seeing people that live in other states and other counties speak out, because data centers have been popping up around for a while now. But one county, you guys can look this up, I think they have like 26 data centers in their county. They're the county with the most data centers. They are on water restrictions, and now they're on like a power restriction where they can only access power and their water for certain parts and times of the day. So you guys can look that up. You can do your own research, because we have to in this day. You cannot rely on anyone to get the information for you. And so people are not going to be quiet about the places that they have to live and raise their children in. They're going to speak up. And so this was once again the people expressing their voice and saying, we don't want this, and they could not be ignored. And so this employment center, I don't know. I don't think it's going to exactly go forward. Y'all, my laptop showing it's gonna die. Let me put it on the charger real quick. Okay. So that was one, story we've been talking about. I kind of put out there. Let's see. Um, Now, this property tax debate, man, it's gotten everybody just really, you either on one side or you're on the other. So there's been an update. We've been following this. Governor Ron DeSantis came out earlier this year saying they're going to eliminate property taxes. They want to put it on the ballot. And now, before he did that, I don't know if this was already being discussed, but there was a legislative session that took place in Pasco County. It happened at the Pasco Hernando College. And the county board of board of county commissioners were all on the stage, and all of the government agencies that work with the county, such as the tax collectors and other agencies that are government funded, and they work to assist the government. What I learned over time is that the government is not training all of these people to take care of certain systems. There are people out there that it's their job that they do this, and then the government just kind of teams up with them and begins to govern how they do it and fund them accordingly. So, one of those offices and services is the tax collector, and our tax collector is Mike Fasano. He's one of the rare people that have spoken out openly against this property tax, elimination that Governor Ron DeSantis is proposing. And he's basically saying that it's going to have an adverse effect on the community because a lot of that money goes into the services that, such as schools, fire, police, ambulance, services like that that we depend on, we rely on. If this funding is cut, we'll feel it from that area, is basically what he was saying. And we have a clip of that on our YouTube channel, as well as the full legislative session. And you can watch as each agency got up there basically begging them not to do this and giving real data. Like Mike Fasano came with receipts, he came with the data to back up. And he didn't just have Pasco's data, he had other counties' data, he had Florida in mind, the entire state in mind when he was speaking out about it. So when I put this out there, I only post in a few groups, but man, in one group, it's still going. It's still people going back and forth about it. And so I think I am going to read a few of the comments tonight and share a little bit more about it. So let's see here. Give me 1 second, because I still like to have my hard copy. I still like to have it. So the Florida's property tax debate just got more interesting. Governor Ron DeSantis says he'll vote for Florida's property tax amendment. Excuse me. But now he says the version on the ballot wasn't my proposal. So it's kind of like he's falling back from it. He proposed it. Now he's saying, well, I'm not going to run on this. This is not something I'm running on based off of. It's just kind of hard to understand what this is about. This is not the first time politicians have run on this or began to propose, oh, I'm going to eliminate taxes, you know. And it's surprising to me, though, to hear the people say, no, don't take away the taxes. That is very surprising, because I feel like I grew up hearing people say, we don't want no new taxes and we don't want any more taxes. We actually want our taxes lowered. And a lot of politicians have run on that over the years. And I think people kind of caught on that it wasn't happening. And then here you have Governor Ron DeSantis saying he wants to do that. But now the people have more of an understanding of how the city and the government works. We It's not that the people don't want to pay taxes. We want to see the taxes being that is being paid reflected in our parks, in our schools, in our roads. It's like we're paying these taxes, but we're still having infrastructure and flooding issues. We're paying our taxes. What is it going towards? So some people was, having some interesting remarks. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to this. Let me see here. I don't know if I'm gonna necessarily go to the page. I did try to clip it. I don't know if it's gonna show. Y'all, please bear with me. Please. If I can pull it up on the screen, I'm gonna do that. Let me see. Hmm. I don't know if this is gonna be it, but we'll see. Okay, I'm scrolling real fast there though. I do have it here on my phone, so let's see. Is this it? Yeah. So I ended up putting it in Pasco chat, and so someone's basically here's the post. Lord, if I can stop it from scrolling. Florida's property tax debate just got more interesting. Governor Ron DeSantis says he'll vote for Florida's property tax amendment, but now says the version on the ballot wasn't my proposal. Why the change? Is it politics, legislative compromise, or a response to growing concerns from cities and counties about funding essential services? In our latest Pasco Connect feature, we break down what changed, why local governments are raising concerns, what Floridians are saying on social media, what this could mean for Pasco County homeowners. So, let's look into this. Let's look into it. Let's see here. So, someone said because they kept homeowners covering cost of school, regardless of homestead status or if home is paid off. Someone else replied to that comment saying parents should pay for their children's schools. Let's see. Someone else says, yes, but that's not how it works for public schools. People pay disproportionately based on their home value and pay in perpetuity for as long as they are in the home. 30 years? Question mark. Doesn't matter if they have kids going to public schools or not. They still pay. Do people renting apartments pay for taxes for their kids' school? Do people really own their home or are they borrowing it from the government? If government can tax them into infinity and take over their home for non-payment, property tax is immoral and should be adjusted to a consumption-based tax. So someone else said, we have choices. Do we want to do without a few services or do we want to continue as we are with more added each year? If we choose to let government grow, we will need bigger data centers. Choose wisely. Somebody replied to that comment and said, and what services do you think should be cut? Mm, I don't think they responded back. Same question, somebody else said. What services do you think you can cut? Or are you just talking out your oh, are you just talking out something like every other I'm voting to cut waste and fraud idiotic post who has not a single idea what waste and fraud they are talking about? It's just a slogan, and they and you have no idea what waste and fraud is. Alrighty then. Woof, Lord. Let's see here. Based on what I'm reading, he hasn't changed anything, right? He supported what he put out there. It has been changed, so he won't campaign on it, but supports this more so than nothing. Mm. So basically, what she's saying is he supported what he said. Now that they've made some changes to this proposal, he's not necessarily standing by it, but he supports it more than just doing nothing. I think that's what that comment is saying, and I think I understand what they're saying. So, someone else put just a way to consolidate power in Tallahassee. And someone else said, folks, the reason this was rushed onto the ballot was to greatly increase Florida voter turnout. Oh, wait a minute. Republicans were scared their redistricting scam would backfire. They need a strong turnout, which in Florida greatly favors Republicans. Mm. They said a lot. They do not care if it passes. Second, it's not state money to give away. There is no state property tax. Every dime is local tax for cities, counties, municipalities. They will not cut their budgets by the 30 to 40% of revenue they will lose. It's not possible. They must make it up somewhere. The easiest way and what they will do is greatly raise sales tax, which hurts those who can least afford it. Vote no. Mm. So they're basically saying they only put it out there so there could be a rush of a flood of people to come out and vote. And they're also saying that there won't be any cuts to their budgets for the revenue. And that is something that other people were raising up was where is the money going to come from if you cut the property tax? And I did get an invite to a meeting earlier today. Let's see who that was with. Um, Florida policy. So remember, I was talking about the Meet the Authors event that was through the Pasco County Black Democratic Caucus. They provide these types of resources. If you're not connected, sometimes you miss out. You may have questions on these things. Where she what she did, the president of that organization, Alicia Guy, she ended up sending me something from for Florida policy. And so they basically had a property tax uh, webinar. So I was not able to really sit down and listen like I wanted to, but I did get in there to hear a few things. And that is basically what they were raising up was the fact that there was a lack of clarity on the language being used in the proposal on where the funds would come from. If they eliminate the property taxes, they were speaking at one point about some trust fund that they would pull money from, but Mike Fasano shot that down and was like, that's not enough. You don't even know if you're going to be able to do that. It's not certain. but you certainly want to cut the taxes. So that was like, you know, something that once again, I feel like, yeah, that needs to be cleared up. It needs to be further explained the impact that this will have on the services that the community rely on. So we do have a guest that has popped in. Okay. How you doing, Mr. Joe Brown? Are you there? I saw him there for a second. I don't know what happened, but we may come back to that. So, what are you guys' thoughts? Would you accept lower property taxes if it meant fewer local government services? Or do you think Florida can achieve both? Do you think that we will be okay without having these property taxes if they were cut? I would love to hear your thoughts. And I do have a link if you would ever like to come and be a guest on the show. I can drop the StreamYard link for you to come on. I do see Mr. Joe Brown here. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me again, Candace. I got a little busy and tied up there. We're having our recovery meeting right now over at Harm Reduction Anonymous and Mackless Service Center here. Uh, Thank you for inviting us out again.
Yeah, I figured that. I kind of spoke about it a little earlier, but I said, you know what? He has his meetings tonight, so he might be tied up a little bit, but I'm glad you were able to come on. How did
Sure.
things go tonight? How did it go?
It's going great. We are still participating in the sharing portion of our peer-led recovery meetings. It's been an amazing journey. We're coming up on 1 year anniversary for the Harm Reduction Anonymous program, which is the first of its kind in anonymous programs. And it's a program where we encourage people to be gentle on themselves and gentle on others. And how we achieve that goal is by sharing experience, strength, and hope with each other. We participate in these meetings together as fellowship, and then we use our service centers to do service work together, as service is a posture of the heart, and it brings us closer to the God that we understand, and we're able to achieve what is sought after by many, which is being able to meet folks where they are and tell the truth and recover from things that could possibly wipe us out or cause us to harm many people. So I'm grateful for it. I can't believe that I have an opportunity to be a part of this and be someone who God intended to be a conduit and share the message and carry a message of hope to people here in Pasco County.
Amen. So, Joe, tell me now, what on an everyday basis, what are you handling for people? What are the
Sure.
needs that you're
Well,
addressing?
yes, ma'am. We are in a transient community here in Port Richey, and we border with Hudson. And with this area 52 and 19, there's quite a bit of unhoused. There's quite a bit of substance abuse disorder. There is a lot of low income where folks are struggling. I heard you speaking about property taxes. I mean, folks are struggling. There's no low income or low rent, or even if you consider yourself middle income, we're still struggling to be able to keep up with the rents here in Florida versus in this part of Florida versus the wages that are being paid to folks. So we, on a daily basis, stay static as a resource center so that we could be here for people when they need it the most. And we pride ourselves on trying to cut through red tape and the long application processes and procedures that are required from people who sometimes just don't have the ability or or can get up the gumption to do the work that it takes to get to the resources. So the resources that we are finding that are the most elusive today are the housing resources. Every day I have people that are coming in, they're looking for housing, and I'm talking people from mom and dad who are together around the corner in the La Vista Inn Hotel, who have just had a struggle and have been homeless for months, but are staying in the hotel because of some anomaly just doesn't connect them with the program. And they come in and they sit with me, and I search for resources to connect them with. Sometimes we provide financial help so that they can pay another day of the hotel bill. We provide groceries, clothing items, peer support, which I believe is the most important thing. And I say peer support, and people think, automatically we're talking about drugs, or we're talking about those sort of things that you could support people with. But what I understand is that people as peers need support no matter what category of life we fit into and what financial status we may carry. There are struggles that are happening inside of all of us. And if we don't address those struggles together, and process them together and help to look for solutions for those struggles, then we struggle as a community. So that's what we do here at Harm Reduction Anonymous and MACA and our service center here. We provide opportunities for people to connect with healthcare. You would think that that's an easy thing. Doctors are all over the place. People can get insurance. There's the Affordable Health Care Act. There's this, there's that. But I'm talking about the person who's struggling to fill out the application. The person who filled out the application and they got a response that said they need to come up with this document or that document, or some task that they are just feeling overwhelmed with, and put to the side, because sometimes when we're overwhelmed, we can't get to the goal that we're trying to achieve. In the meantime, someone else who is savvy and less in need has taken advantage of that program, and they have gotten the help with housing or financial support. And then this person here who wasn't savvy finally gets it together and shows up at the place, and there is no funding for them.
Right.
So that's what we do, is we try to connect people with the resources, be available for them, also to understand that anyone who comes through the door, we can't look at them and tell if they're housed or unhoused, if they are on drugs or not. We can't look at them and make a judgment of who they are. We have to allow people the opportunity to be vulnerable enough to let us in so that we could connect with the God in them.
Right. Man. Yeah, I'm hearing you speak about some things that I've seen, personally. Like you you right. There are doctors everywhere. You right. There is insurance, but there is still just this gap
Blockage.
of the person getting the care that they need, regardless of all of the availability of things that's there.
Hmm.
And like you were saying, when you're dealing with things like a recovery issue or homelessness or any medical issue, it's hard for you to focus on those things. Filling out a form, can become discombobulating,
Hmm.
or you may have a disability or something that prevents you from, like you said, having that mindset and being more savvy, and
Hmm.
or having the support of somebody that can come in and quickly fill out the forms and speak for you, and they know all of this information about you.
Hmm.
But I watched, while I was there, people coming in, and you think they may walk in and say, "Oh, I need help with recovery." No, they're coming in there, they're like, "I need help to address this other need first.
Absolutely.
I'm hungry."
Absolutely. You hit the nail right on the head, because it's not recovery encompasses many things. I mean, we are all infected with the disease of human being. I mean, we stay in an area of life on life's terms every single day that we go out into the world and we mingle and engage with others. We suffer small traumas throughout the day or cause other folks small traumas. That's why we are firmly believe that the 12 steps, the program, because Harm Reduction Anonymous didn't try to reinvent the wheel. We took evidence based information and we combined it with our experience and we used that to help people. So we took the 12 steps from Alcoholics Anonymous and all the other folks who use 12 steps and we combined it with harm reduction principles that says that everybody has opportunity to receive respect for them everybody has rights, no matter if you're poor, if you can't fill out the form, if you're homeless, if you're on drugs. It doesn't matter that you're on those things. Well, it matters. It doesn't change the fact that you are a human being, and it doesn't change the fact that you have rights as a human being. When we say people have human rights, then that covers everyone that's
Right.
human, unless you can prove otherwise. So we are having a disconnect with that. I believe, or we believe in this in society we live in. I'm not important enough to come on this show and speak with you and share my experience because I'm a felon or because I suffer from substance abuse disorder or those sort of things. When in reality, that's so far from the truth that we are losing in society by not allowing the people who know the most about the information to help us to understand it better. So
Right.
what we do here is we provide a low barrier. Like you said, we lowered the barrier so people can walk in. People come in here who are from senior citizens next door eating at the restaurant who've never experienced anything to do with drugs or anything because sometimes we look like a thrift store because we're giving out clothes and stuff. They'll come in and they'll ask what we're doing here. And when we explain to them what we're doing here, we get those folks back to our meetings sometimes. And that to me is the most evidence that this program that we're working with, this sort of perspective, the perspective that grassroots organizations like MACA, Harm Reduction Anonymous, the Recovery Epicenter, to name a few, the grassroots folks where we work in that middle space is going to be a very, very important piece going forward so that the other spaces, the spaces that we trust to govern the things that we provide as taxpayers, the revenue and the projects that we trust them to manage for us. They're going to need the support of people like me who have been shut out because of my past or because of a mistake I may have made that cancels out my opportunity to be heard or my experience with what I can do to add to helping people be more productive members of society. That is what we're working on here. I mean, it's an easy thing when you realize that, I mean, I'm no better than anybody else, but I'm also no worse than anyone else either.
Right. Right. Well, what are some ways that the community can support you?
Well, we are coming up on our birthday. July 25th, 2026 is our 1 year birthday for Harm Reduction Anonymous. And we have prided ourselves on not needing things, right? And I say that lightly because we have had some struggles in the background to get where we are. You can only imagine. We don't have any county funding yet, not because they refuse to give it to us or anything. I don't want to mislead anyone. The county is wonderful. Pasco County does a lot. Just because we haven't gotten there yet. We didn't have any major donations of monetary. Our books are open. Anyone's welcome to see. So we need revenue. We have sustained a brick and mortar office space, which is our service center, for almost one full year, rent the whole 9 yards, without those things that most organizations really need to thrive or make it. So financially, we are struggling. We could certainly use the support there.
Okay.
Then also, we provide clothing. Most importantly, we are running really short on men's clothing. Lots of ladies donate. I have a lot of lady clothing. However, we'll still take more because there's ladies that are in need as well. But we're running really short on men's clothing, so we get a big push on that. And then
Okay.
cosmetics, things like that. You know, the things that we may take for granted, someone else can really use them. Like, you know, if you got a bottle of shampoo that's halfway full, we'll take it. You know, we'll use it and help someone with it.
Right.
Everything we've done over this past year, none of our volunteers or board members or any of us have taken paychecks for or revenue from. Everything that we do here, we're providing to the community, and we are looking to provide more. But we just need to be sustainable to do so. So we also give groceries. We're looking for, you know, whatever help we can get in any area, from food and clothing pantry to support volunteers. We like that folks are interested in what we do, but you know, interest is an action word. We would love, we would love for you to come by and see what we do, and come by and offer some suggestions and some support and help. Because what we know about this sort of program, what I know about it, is that without fellowship from people, without the support from people, I can't do anything. But with your hand and my hand, together we can make it. So if you just come by and you hang around for a few minutes and you feel we need something, certainly send it. If you're watching this program and you feel like you would want to help something where the people are receiving the support directly and you want to know that they're getting it for sure, this is where you can donate it to. Every single thing that we've gotten from people, we've made sure that people are receiving it and more.
I love it. Love it. Okay, so you guys, you hear that. If you would like to assist Harm Reduction Anonymous, they're looking for men's clothing. They're looking for food donations, other clothing donations, financial donations, because they do. They have people that work with them that's coming in every day like they're working a job.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know.
I quit my job in Minnesota. My wife and I, we came to Florida here, where my brother lives in Port Richey. We got married at the in Clearwater at the Edge Hotel. We had reservations. We came with our tuxedo and our wedding dress and our suitcases, and we got married. It was a really nice wedding. We had a good time. My brother's been running nonprofit here since 2020, the Custom Boys Inc., which does mentoring in the high schools. We did Jefferson High School in Hillsborough County. We support the Miracle Schools, which is here in Pasco. Former County Commissioner Christina Fitzpatrick is the director for those schools. He's been doing that since 2020, and I worked with him in the background a bit on nonprofit stuff for the longest of time. We just wanted to help one person. We knew if we could help one person, we were doing a job well done. So we got married, and I came up here on 52 and 19, and I started talking with the people in what I like to call the trenches, because that's where I like to hang out. So I hung out over there, and I talked to folks, and I learned that folks were struggling here with having people that would meet them in the space that I was meeting them in. And I seen that they were receptive to what I could share with them. So I started writing a program here while I was on a honeymoon and staying with my brother for a couple weeks just to help him with car show, go back home to my job and everything else. And we never made it back. We never went home to get our things. We never went back to our children and our parents and our home where we live at. And I don't say that for sympathy. I say that to say This has been an incredible journey for us over this past year to be able to be in this position to where we came here with suitcases and we didn't have money to start a business or any of that. We just went with what God gave us and tried to help people. And we keep practicing that daily. And we have ended up not needing anything. And we have structure. We're set in a position where people can access us. And all of that developed from just trusting that the God we understand would show up for us and staying obedient to doing the right thing to the best of our ability.
That's amazing. That is amazing, Joe. Literally, you know.
We work all day, every day, and we're not concerned with the fact. I mean, we say it, but we're not concerned with the fact that we don't get the paycheck. More so, what we're concerned with now is being able to provide people an opportunity to come and work with us, and them to be able to receive a stipend, because there's no way to be sustainable as an organization, just being realistically, without support financially,
Right.
because I mean, I work all day to pay for the place and I work all day to make the place run, but I don't have a paycheck to collect on that one as far as monetary goes. So I don't know how long I last. I got to get back to
Right.
work. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
So that's how it goes for everyone. So the more we can do to make this a more organized, well-oiled machine, whatever it's supposed to look like, we'd like to help on that. Come on by, and we take suggestions. We take more than that, because this is a fellowship, and in fellowship it belongs to no one. This program is not. I don't own the program. I just was able to be a part of and a founder, a co-founder, along with my brother and his wife and my wife. But that's it. I mean, from here on out, for this to actually grow into what it should be, we need everybody else to come on in and take over their position, because we all have a part.
Right. Amen.
Yes.
Well, you guys, please. Okay, so Joe, how can people get in touch with you?
All right. You can get in touch with us by calling, texting, sending a carrier pigeon. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so you can go on our website. We are a DBA, so I want to make sure to tell the correct information. My brother's organization and mine, which I'm the president of, the Custom Boys Inc. That's I'm sorry, custom, CustomBoys, Custom Boys Inc. And you can go on 813customboys.com. So
Oh,
that is the website for the Custom Boys. And then we are Harm Reduction Anonymous, which is the doing business as of that organization. And that website is info at harm I'm sorry, harm dash reduction dash anonymous.org. And forgive me for it being so long, but you guys know how it is picking a website name. You got to go with what's available. So,
gotcha. I hope I put that in there correctly. I dropped it in the chat.
okay.
So, but if you guys would like more information, you can always email pascoconnect@gmail.com. I'll
Yes.
definitely get you connected with Joe. If you're someone out there that's in recovery, you would need some assistance, I
Yes.
can connect you to Joe as well. And if you're out there, you got some men's clothes, you like, honey, we gotta get these clothes out of here,
Yes.
you can come to the office and drop them off. They do have a lovely location right there in that plaza at 52 and 19. It's the one with Dollar Generals in there. Big Lots used to be in there. Buddies is in there.
Yeah.
And Am Scott.
Yes, and then before I forget, I just want to put a special thank you into the MACA program and Sylvia Hubbard, because, like, I know God has been sending the people that I need to help me stay on my feet, because no way am I strong enough or a big enough name or have any amount of money to be even dancing in the arena that I'm dancing in. But thanks to that organization and Miss Sylvia Hubbard and the grace of God, we have been able to receive in kind help from them. And they have helped us a great deal with being able to be sustainable in the location that we're in. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be standing in this particular location today. So I want to express my gratitude to that program and Sylvia Hubbard and all of you over at the MACA program, and then for also bringing what I believe is one of the most incredible pieces to the healthcare community, and that's the ability for someone to not be judged, to be able to be tested, treated, and treated with dignity while doing so, and to receive help with medical resources and other things. So thank you so much to Maca and Sylvia Hubbard. We really appreciate you.
Thank you. Absolutely. Shout out to MACA. We do provide anonymous HIV testing to the community. And so it's been wonderful working with Harm Reduction Anonymous. I think it's been a great partnership. We had our event, our first one together. It feels like it's been a while, but I know it's probably a week,
Oh,
last
yep,
week.
yes, ma'am. It was amazing. I loved it.
It was a great event. I think it's going to be a lovely partnership, to come together to do what we're both trying to do, what we're all
Mhm.
trying to do.
Absolutely.
Is provide services for people in the community. I don't even try to make a big deal about it. People that know they can hit me up for condoms.
Yep.
Got everything you need, all your resources. You don't have to go pay for them. Y'all know this already. You
Mhm.
reach out to me for your testing. I'm not out here talking about it, not out here doing none of those things. We just
Mhm.
showing up
That's
and
right.
doing what we supposed to do. But I do, speaking of which, want to encourage, anyone out there to get tested, for
Yes.
HIV. There's plenty of places. You don't have to just come to Mecca, but we are out here in Hudson, 15909 US Highway 19. You can always email me, pascoconnect at Gmail. Let me know, hey, I want to test. You can call the office 727-246-0621. I think that's it. I
That's
pray
it.
that's the number. If you need more information, just hit me up in a DM, whatever you want to do, and we'll get you together. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yep. So thank you so much, Joe. You're
Yes.
always welcome to give us an update on
Don't
what's
threaten me with a
going
good time.
Share these resources, and I'll definitely put the address
Okay.
to your location in the inbox. I mean, in the chat.
Outstanding. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for having me, Candace. I appreciate it. And everybody have a great night.
You too.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye. Oh man, this has been a wonderful, wonderful show tonight. You guys, we'll be back next Thursday. We're gonna be here every Thursday for the month of June and July, 7 o'clock. Now, normally we may have started at 9 tonight because I did want to commit to the motion on the square. Motion on the Square is sponsored by the city of Newport Richey, down Main Street, and they're working with the Million Dollar Divas, Coach Q, and they're doing line dancing every other Thursday, starting at 6 o'clock, I think. Hold on, let me find that because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Give me 1 second, y'all. I do appreciate y'all patience with me because I don't have it together all the time like I should. And you guys are always patient, and I appreciate it. I knew I had this information in here. So let me just share this really quick. Motion on the Square, downtown Newport Richey, the Railroad Square, 6239 Grand Boulevard. It's taking place now. So at 6 o'clock, they have the youth and teen hip hop classes. That's ages 6 to 18. Then 7 p.m., the family line dance. And you can actually check out on our YouTube channel. We shared the behind the scenes from me and my family. We all attended the week before last when they kicked it off. We also, well, I did, me, myself, Coach Q, her daughter, Teresa from the African American Club. We all went down to Tampa and we were on the news to share about motion on the square and do a little jig. It was fun. So definitely, if you're looking for something to do with the family, you can join and do that. Oh, thank you, Regina, for joining. I appreciate it. She said, "Thank you, Candice, for such informative information. You're such a blessing to our community." Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to leave you all with these events that's taking place coming up. And I think I got one more thing to share as we head out. Y'all, one day I'm going to have all of this together. I promise. I'm going to have it together. If you like more information on the events that were shared, email me at pascoconnect@gmail.com. I'll make sure you get whatever you need. Some of these events, I do have vendor information. So if you're looking to vend and you want some events that you can vend at, hit me up as well. PascoConnect@gmail. I'll make sure you get that as well. Let's see, is this going to show? So Queen Connect Publishing, that's my publishing company. Pasco Connect, Duval Connect, Factabulous Magazine. All of those magazines come out of Queen Connect Publishing. You can support Pasco Connect and Queen Connect by subscribing to us on patreon.com. QCP is $2 a month. And with that subscription, you'll get your digital magazine issues for free, and you'll get a discount on the printed copies. You can join all of the email lists for Pasco, for Factabulous, for Duval, my hometown, Duval, Jacksonville, Florida. And so you can definitely subscribe. I am a published author. I do have a few books out there. And if you would like more information on those books, definitely hit me up. Got some books for youth and teens on communication, level up your voice. And you can learn more about that book in the latest issue of Pasco Connect magazine. And yeah, join us. Drop your email below if you would like to enter into our free email list. And I send all of the articles out there um, that are coming up on our blog. I put them out through our email list. So, and if you would like a printed copy of the magazine, you can visit madcloud.com, search for Pasco Connect Magazine, Duval Connect Magazine, and that's where you'll find us. I'll be back next Thursday. I'm excited about next Thursday's show. We're going to have some more guests and we're going to be spotlighting some more community resources, highlighting them. If you're in need of some things, don't be ashamed. Please reach out. You can reach out through the DM. If you're looking for some resources, food, housing, shelter, domestic violence, um, recovery, addiction, HIV, it does not matter. If you're looking for a resource, don't sit in silence. Don't suffer in silence. Reach out because there are still people that care. There are still people in this community and communities all over that yeah, they wake up every day and they're looking to help people. They're going without because they know um that is their calling. So please get involved. Oh, and I did meet someone else, you guys. Oh my gosh. I got something else I got to share, and I'm not going anywhere until I do. Hold on 1 second. I don't even know how this is possible that I did not do this. Y'all, I met a beautiful young woman who has an organization, and I want to share it with you all. Give me 1 second because, yes, we're going to talk about this. Uh, it's probably because I finished up my lineup before I got on here. I pray you all are still here and can hear me. It's like I got knocked out of the stream. I don't know what happened. I hope you guys are still here. Please let me know in the comments if you're still here because I'm upset. But I want to share this with you. Oh my God, you guys. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be telling you more about this organization called Mothers of Minors. And I I ran it. I think I ran across them online, but I did get to speak with Andrea today, and so they offer a lot of services to mothers, and not just mothers, parents and caregivers. We had a chance to chat really quickly, so I don't have all of the details, but I did go over to their page. Let me see if I can get that information. So their website is www.momincfl.org. And they are on Facebook and they are on Twitter at Mom Inc. FL. So I'm going to leave that information in the comment section. So if you're a mother out there and you're in need of some services, um, whatever that may be, you can reach out. This is a resource for you. Okay, Andrea, thank you for still being okay. Everybody's saying they're here. Thank you. I don't know what happened to my stream. I went to go try to get the document to pull up, and all of a sudden it was blank. And it was like, oh, snap. The website said, oh, snap. Like, what? So I had to refresh. Luckily, it was still here, so I'm glad of that. But one thing I always ask organizations is not just, what are the things you're doing to help the community, but how can the community help you? Because there are people that can help. You know, people don't always know what to do to help, but there are people that can help. And this organization, they offer Christmas help. And so right now, they're collecting toy donations. So if you're someone out there, you may say, hey, my kids are grown. I'm a grandparent. I don't really do that. Well, now you have an opportunity to get a gift for a child, or a few gifts to donate. So All of that information is on the screen. Help us bring joy, hope, and love to children and families in our community. And I'm looking forward to having Miss Andrea come up here. She's going to be speaking with you all over the next couple of weeks as I learn more and we connect more. If you're a mother out there, someone out there that is looking to do this type of help, let me connect you. Let me connect you to her. So we're going to be working together. I'm looking forward to getting to know more and learning more about the organization and attending some of the events. She wants to work county by county, hosting baby showers for mothers, like a community baby shower. I think that would be so awesome. Like, you just go county by county. Do you know how many mothers you would bless? It's some mothers, they don't get a baby shower just because of how the baby is conceived, because of the situation. They don't get a baby shower. And that's a big opportunity financially to have a baby shower, because that eliminates a lot of the high purchases that you have the first year of that baby's life. It gives you a head start. A baby shower is an important part of having a baby. You know, people look forward to having that, but not everybody gets an opportunity to have that baby shower. Oh, I took my earrings off, y'all. I did. I had took it off because I thought I was about to end the show. Nevertheless, I'm still on here. So if you want more information though, I can definitely connect you. Email passgoconnect@gmail.com. Andrea is also in the comments section. I'm pretty sure you can message her if you would like some information or if you would like to help. So, yep, she has a contact information there, 727-312-4908. Email events@momincfl.org. So, all right, you guys, that's it for real this time. So we made it to 8:45. Always gonna try to do about 2 hours, and all of my stuff is cleared out of here. So once again, I'm gonna try to close out on this. Hopefully, it works out. Give you some more information about Queen Connect Publishing and Pasco Connect Magazine. So if you want to support us, you definitely can. Um, PayPal, Cash App, you can support the magazine because I do have writers that I do pay. And I would love to continue to have the magazine printed for and have it out for the community for free. But it does take your help and support because it's not cheap to print. And so, if you would like to know where you could pick up a free copy of the magazine, you can email us as well. And you can also subscribe for $2 a month. And that really helps to support the magazine as well. So, thank you guys for joining tonight. I'll see you all next Thursday, same time, 7 o'clock. Don't forget to submit your events and let me know what you got going on this month. We want to be there. I want to be there. So, yes, give me your events. I will attend. After I get my car fixed. Oh my God, y'all, I'm having car troubles, but it's going to be okay. It's all going to work out. And I'm going to be back on the road here real soon. Don't forget to pick up the latest issue of Pasco Connect magazine. It's out now with Christopher Mahan on the cover. He's the author of Parental Leadership, and he has 7 principles on how to lead your team. So I think we'll leave off on that message, and you can learn a little bit more about that. See y'all next time. Bye.
Did you know that studies show youth with actively engaged parents are more likely to succeed academically, build stronger self esteem, and avoid risky behaviors? Right now, our young people are facing more pressures, distractions, and challenges than ever before, and parental leadership has never been more important. Hi, my name is Christopher Mahan, and that's why I'm honored to be the latest cover feature of Pasco Connect magazine. In this issue, we're diving into my book, Parental Leadership: 7 Principles to Lead Your Teen in the Digital Age. This is a real, practical, no excuses approach to parenting. I believe parenting should be approached like coaching, with vision, discipline, consistency, and accountability. Just like in sports, if you don't have a game plan, you can't expect to win. This book is about helping parents take the lead, build stronger relationships with their children, and create structure that produces confidence, character, and success. And that doesn't stop there. The latest issue, Pasco Connect, also highlights the amazing things our youth are doing right here in the community, from leadership and service and creativity and achievement. Our young people are making moves, and their stories deserve to be celebrated. Plus, we're breaking down important educational policies every parent should know about, because staying informed is part of staying involved. Go grab your copy of Pasco Connect magazine, tap in, and join the conversation, because when parents lead, families grow, and communities win.
To be a father? Is it simply providing for your family, making sure the bills are paid, keeping a roof over your children's heads? Those things matter, but fatherhood is about so much more. Children are looking for guidance. They are looking for consistency. They are looking for wisdom. They are looking for someone who will help them navigate life, relationships, challenges, and an increasingly digital world. That's why fathers everywhere should read Parental Leadership: 7 Principles to Lead Your Teen in the Digital Age by author and parenting advocate Christopher Mahan. Christopher Mahan is the latest cover feature of Pasco Connect magazine, where he shares powerful insights on intentional parenting, leadership, and building stronger relationships with our children. In a time when so many parents are searching for answers, this book provides practical tools that can help fathers become more effective leaders in their homes. Parental leadership encourages parents to move beyond simply managing behavior and instead focusing on leading with purpose, communication, consistency, and vision. A leader listens. A leader teaches. A leader guides. A leader creates an environment where children feel safe, valued, and heard. For fathers raising sons, this book offers strategies for developing responsibility, confidence, character, and leadership skills. For fathers raising daughters, it highlights the importance of trust, communication, support, and helping young women understand their value and worth. One of the most powerful messages in this book is that leadership begins with relationship. When children feel heard, they become more open. When children feel understood, they develop trust. When children experience consistency, they gain confidence and security. Christopher Mahan reminds us that parenting is not simply about correcting mistakes. It's about developing future leaders. Whether you're a father, grandfather, stepfather, mentor, coach, or positive male role model, the lessons in this book can help strengthen your influence and create a lasting impact on the next generation. And if you want to learn more about Christopher Mahan and his parenting philosophy, be sure to pick up the latest issue of Pasco Connect magazine featuring him on the cover. Purchase a print copy to add to your personal library or download a digital copy to read on the go. Inside, you'll find valuable parenting insights, community news, and inspiration designed to help families thrive. The greatest legacy a father can leave isn't found in what he owns. It's found in what he teaches. It's found in the relationship he builds. It's found in the example he sets every day. Get your copy of Parental Leadership: 7 Principles to Lead Your Teen in the Digital Age by Christopher Mahan. And don't forget to grab the latest issue of Pasco Connect magazine featuring this inspiring father, leader, and author on the cover. Because fathers don't just raise children, they help shape the future.